It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in LaForest, Texas, and I'm visiting with Cy Brown. Cy, last time I saw you, we were on the beach in Costa Rica singing happy birthday to you.
Yes, sir.
And I can tell you've been branding today.
Yes, sir.
Life's changed around here since I saw you. Tell us about that.
A little bit. It's we've had some dry weather. March and April are pretty well our worst time of the year around here. High winds, not much rain. We haven't had much moisture through the winter, and just an overgrowth of around, and just extremely high fire dangers. It started most of it started March 6th. We had a few little ones before there, but our biggest deals started March 6th.
Take me back when you got the call. Tell me how that happened.
I got up that morning, fed everything. Wind just miserable throughout the day. After lunch, I visited with a couple other fire chiefs around. We were kind of getting a few game plans together because we knew Amarillo had already had a fire going at that point up there, and we pretty well knew that we were going to have one eventually or going to one somewhere. Lo and behold, around 3:50, 4 o'clock, tones drop. We get a call 4 miles east of Lee Fords here. We've got a grass fire. It was within 15 minutes. I got in my command and out there on the fire. At one point, we figured we'd already have some winds recorded up to 50, 55 mile an hour gust. In the terrain, we've got some short grass, but the majority of it, 2 foot tall. We knew we had a few houses in its path. So instead of trying to get in there and fight the main line, we devoted resources around these structures to kind of get them protected.
Sure.
Because in a deal like that, you're not going to shut that fire down.
How high a wall of fire are you talking about?
We had some up there, some guys had some pictures and things, and they were reporting in anywhere from 12 to 20 foot tall flames.
Yeah, and the little tornadoes and everything else that comes.
The little tornadoes and everything else that's coming in there. There's no amount of water or anything that you can go in there to put that out. At 4 o'clock, that deal started. By 4:30 the next morning, at that point, we had already burned 120, 130,000 acres. Yeah. In that short a time. When
it was all said and done, tell me what, it looks like a golf course now, but it ain't all grass that's come back.
No, sir.
There's a lot of weeds and stuff.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a long time for cattle to graze. Got some fences put back up, but we lost cattle, we lost probably some good geldings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we lost some people.
Yes, sir.
Just tell me about what that was like, just when it's all said and done and you realize you got that adrenaline and you're doing all this, but then you realize, wow, you look around and this is my home.
It's devastation is what it is. Cattle and all of that, cattle and horses, you can replace that.
Right.
Grass will grow back.
It'll grow back.
The three people, no. One of them I didn't really know. The other two, I knew them. The boy, Cody, I knew him real well. Grew up with him, grew up right down the road from me. Yeah. That's, to get that call and all, through all of this, that's the hardest thing. And being in charge of that deal and of that fire, and for that to happen, that's something I'm gonna have to live with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
On it. But there's just there's no words to even I just don't have them. I don't know.
One thing that I've noticed as we've talked to different people, this is a different part of the world, and I don't hear people complaining.
No, sir, they're not. They've asked me to be on the board up there for the relief to disperse all, the hay, the fence, and all that. We've actually got a little over 30 miles of fence up there. We've still got 2,500 bales of hay. Yeah. Over 60 tons of cake.
Now, tell me where all this came from.
Just from citizens. From as far as, way down south, Houston, San Antonio, come up here, Colorado, We've actually had some people in New York. Some people in New York actually sent some money. A few of them called down to some of these local feed stores and stuff, said, I want to buy these 2 or 3 semi-loads of hay. We had people hauling it in here by the semi-loads. They don't want recognized for it. They just said, we're here, take it, go on. We said, well, who's it from? They said, well, most of it was anonymous.
Isn't that something?
They said, they called us up, said, come pick it up, haul it up there.
Yeah. Well, you got to have a sense of pride for your men.
Yes, sir.
And all the wives and I mean, when you think about, spring, March 2017, this event that happened, if you could say anything about it, what would it be? I mean, what would you, for folks that are just now, getting to know you and what went on here, what would you tell them?
It'll be a date to remember.
Yeah. Cy Brown, Volunteer Fire Chief, LaForest, Texas. I'm
Yes,
proud
sir.
to call you friend.
Thank you. Yes, sir.